Potato chicken.
Shalom.
Hello, Mr. B. Wait, B.
Everyone. Robert.
All right, everybody, turn on your cameras. Hello, Ribbit. Hi, Pinkus.
Pinkus is sitting on the chair.
Pinkus, what are you doing there, Mr. Pinkus? All right, everybody, turn on your cameras. All right, let's start our day. Let's see. Start with Laraland. She will get the mouse. Okay, Hadassah, you're gonna pray. Lara's are gonna do the do the Shema, and Hadassah is gonna do the 10 Commandments. Go ahead, Hadassah. I'll unmute you. You got it? There you go. All right, everybody give Hadassah a big hand. Big hand. All right, we got those chickens here this morning. We're going to be, excuse me, doing Parasha number 38. Going to be talking about responsibility today. Responsibility. All right, Lever Baloney. Read Bamidbar 18.
Adonai said to Aaron, you, your sons, and your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim.
All right, thank you, Lever Baloney. All right. We're going to be talking about responsibility. 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 All right, so we're going to be talking about responsibility. Arlena. Good morning, Miss Arlena. What do you think the word responsibility means?
I don't know.
What do you think, Benjamin? What do you think the word responsibility means? Arlena is clueless this morning.
So responsibility is like the things that you have to do. The things that you normally do like every day. Like that you have control. Like you control those things. Like for example, like make your bed, that's your responsibility. Maybe clean, take out your dog if you have one, and take out the trash. Those are like responsibilities that you have control over.
Okay, pretty good job there, Mr. Benjamin. Yeshua, nice and loud because you're pretty far away from the microphone. What do you think the word responsibility is? Responsibility.
Responsibility is that you had to do your homework and do everything and do the Ten Commandments and do the Shema and you had to fix everything for the table and fix everything when Shabbat comes.
Why do you think you have to do the Shema every morning, Yeshua? What do you think it is? Nice and loud. You're really far away from the mic. It's very hard to hear you.
Because that it represents the commandments and the reason that we do it is for for God for God could bless us more.
So you do it because God will bless you more?
Yes. With the Ten
So that's the only reason you're doing it?
for remember God.
You got to speak up. You're really far away from the microphone.
For remember God.
Okay, to remember God. All right, Lev, what do you think is responsibility?
Responsibility. Doing your bed.
Doing your bed?
Yes.
What do you mean doing your bed?
Making it.
Making it into what, a sandwich?
No. Putting the blankets on.
Where were the blankets?
Messed up on the bed at first.
Oh, okay.
Because you toss and turn in your bed. Next is taking care of your body, like exercise, brushing your teeth, eating and drinking healthy foods and water. And also the good thing you need for your body is mostly water.
Mostly water?
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see here. Now we're going to go to a little bit older kids. We'll start with Victoria. Victoria, Aaron, Jehovah said to Aaron, you and your sons and your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in the service of Kohanim. Why do you think the Lord says it twice that you're going to be responsible for anything that goes wrong, Victoria?
I think it's because he wants you to know that if you do something wrong in like the sanctuary, that it will be your fault. So you have to make sure that you don't do anything wrong.
You don't do anything wrong? But it said
No,
you're going to be responsible. Go ahead.
the Kohanim and his
What?
sons.
Why do you think he says it twice?
Because he wanted to make sure that that the Kohanim and his sons won't do anything wrong. Because it's their responsibility.
Do they have anybody working for them?
No, I think it's just the Kohanim and his sons. Or yeah, the Kohanim's family, I think.
So in the Mishkan, the tabernacle, there was only the Kohanim working. Nobody else was doing anything in the Mishkan. Helping to put it up, take it down, throw out the trash, things like that.
Oh. No, I think there were other people too helping, but it was like the boss was like the Kohanim, so he had to make sure that everybody was doing their job, and so if someone did something wrong, it would be their fault.
Okay, good job, Victoria. What do you think, Allie Mae? Why do you think Jehovah says it twice? What's the purpose of saying something twice?
I think it's so that way he doesn't want us to forget that we can't do anything wrong. He doesn't want us to make any mistakes.
But you're saying it to them. Your family line is responsible for anything that goes wrong. What if somebody else does something wrong?
Well, I mean, if somebody else like outside of the tent of meeting.
Well, he's talking about the sanctuary, anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. So why do you think he's telling it to them? Like, what do you think the purpose of that is?
Probably because if they mess up, then because God said if they mess up that they're gonna die, so they don't need to mess up.
Yeah, but he's talking about your family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. And then he said, you and your sons with you will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the service of the Kohanim. He's like really trying to get them. Why do you think he's doing that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about it. What do you think there, Mr. Adrian, who was late for class this morning? How was your Yom Teruah? What'd you guys do for Yom Teruah?
Well, we blew our shofar. We actually did order some smaller trumpets a while back, but they didn't come on Monday.
Oh, who blew the shofar?
Well,
no one did as well, but this little one got it right first.
Oh, I didn't know girls were supposed to blow the shofar.
Well,
no,
we just tried.
Yeah,
we were just we could.
We were kind of taking turns.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Lord said Aaron and his sons.
Yeah, but we didn't do it when we did the trumpets thing. We just tried it to see if we could.
Oh. How long did you try?
Well, we tried on Tuesday, right, Adrian? Yesterday?
Yeah, we blew we tried the tiny trumpets. We did blow mostly on Monday. Yom Teruah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Did you go anywhere for the Kadosh Mikra? Did you go anywhere for Yom Teruah?
No.
No, we just stayed home. Our own little thing, just us.
Did you have apples and honey?
Nope.
No.
No, no apples and peanut butter.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Now, Adrian, let me ask you a question. This is a very interesting verse in Bamidbar in Numbers chapter 18, verse 1. It says, Jehovah said to Aaron, you and your sons and your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in the service of Kohanim. Why is he saying that Aaron and his sons, they're going to be responsible for anything wrong in the sanctuary? Why does you think he says it twice?
Well, because he wants to make sure it's put in our head that you are responsible. I give you this responsibility to to be correct in all you do as a Kohanim.
So you're thinking he's saying it twice so you hear it better?
I mean, he's hammering it more that this is really important.
Some people have thick skulls.
Some people have thick skulls named Marley.
Hey.
Does
Probably.
your mom ever tell you something twice, Marley?
Not always.
Not always. That means that she does. So does Marley have a thick skull?
In the middle?
You walked into your own trap, kid. Okay, let's go to Mia. Mia and Asher to Bashida. Mia, why do you think Jehovah said to Aaron twice? They're responsible for anything wrong in the sanctuary.
It's so that the Lord makes sure that they understood his instructions.
Why didn't he say it 3 times?
Because by the second time you should be able to understand it. Like these instructions, they're simple enough to understand. You're in charge of whatever goes wrong. So that means if something goes wrong in like an offering or something, you'd have to answer it to God directly if you were a Kohanim.
So wouldn't you think they'd be listening closely the first time?
Maybe, unless maybe one of them were not listening, probably ended up fucking out or something.
So then he's going to make sure he says it twice. Why didn't he say that twice for everything?
Well, this one is important for them. For this one is important to him because he wants to make sure everything goes in the right order for the tent of meeting.
This one's important to him, isn't the Ten Commandments important to him? Isn't kosher important to him?
Right, but this one involves tent meeting, which means also the holy place and also the holy artifacts. Asher, say hi.
Hi, Asher. Hi, Asher. Okay. All right. So, Leia, Princess Leia hasn't had an opportunity to speak. Leia, why does your mother have to tell you things twice all the time?
Because I didn't do it the first time.
You didn't care the first time?
No, sometimes when she tells me the second time, it's because I forgot the first time.
So you forgot the first time?
Yeah.
So God said that he's saying to Aaron and his sons they forgot the first time?
Well, he's saying it to them because it's the second time because it's very important. Like, don't forget. Like, I'm telling. Like, he keeps repeating responsible to them. He keeps repeating that to them because he doesn't want them to forget. You know, like This is your responsibility. Don't let this happen. And if that happens, you're responsible for it. He's saying it 2 times, so then they get it in their heads that to be careful because God said it.
Was there anybody else working in the sanctuary with them?
I think no, it was only Aaron and his sons.
Nobody was help putting it up, take it down, move the equipment around.
Only the Kohanim can do that. Yeah.
Mia?
It wasn't just the Kohanim to help out and put all the artifacts in place and everything. They had the Levites to do it, and each Levite family had their own responsibilities over each artifact.
What do you think, Allie? Is Mia correct? Leah said there's nobody else working. Mia says something opposite. What do you think, Miss Allie Mae?
Me is correct.
You mean there were other people working in the sanctuary?
Yes.
Like who? The Smith family, the Robinson family, the Boswell family,
No, the Levites.
the Randall family?
No.
No? Puzzle Cube family? The Lara family? No? The Sanchez family? Arlena wasn't working? Were any girls working in the sanctuary? How come? Are you ladies a problem to work with?
No, girls weren't allowed to work in the sanctuary.
So Allie's saying girls weren't allowed to work in there. They weren't allowed to do that. Riette, what do you think? Were girls allowed to work in the sanctuary?
Well, I think that the girls probably had some jobs to do, but I don't think that they were allowed in the sanctuary.
So what kind of jobs do you think the girls had to do with the sanctuary?
Probably using the looms.
Doing the loom? Fruit of the loom? They were making underwear?
No, probably making the talits.
They're making the talits, so they're just constantly making talits?
No, not probably not just that. Maybe some of them are sculpting pots. Sorry.
They were doing what with pots?
Sculpting. Pottery.
Sculpting?
I want to do that.
Let's see. Lev and Mia are raising their hands. Lev and Mia.
Okay, well, first of all, I wanted to say the part about whoever else is helping. I mean, we do have list. I remember somewhere in the Bible it's listed the names of like the families. I can't recall all of them, but there's the family of Merari, and then there's the family of of Kohat.
So Merari, like the Italians?
No, we're talking about the descendants of Levi. Levi was not an Italian; he was a Hebrew.
Well, I have a cousin that's in Rome. His name is Cosmo Dinnerman.
Okay, well that's different. Love. He's not in the Bible.
Well, the women, they had the looms and they made like the clothing and of course underwear for the priests.
So they're making that in the sanctuary? Like there was a tailoring room, like Aaron would go in and be fitted. Lev?
I think they made it in their houses. I mean, they did make it in their tents.
So would that be connected to the sanctuary, Lev? That's a very good thing you're talking about. Would that be connected with the sanctuary? The damn.
No.
No. So you're saying no. What do you think, Yeshua? Was there any girls working in the sanctuary? Lev is saying that they were working at the home making underwear for the priests. What do you think, Yeshua? I got you. There you go.
There were no girls allowed.
No girls allowed? It's an all boys club?
Only boys could go, not girls.
No girls? Hadassah wouldn't be able to. Shmooey, wake up. Any girls in the sanctuary, Shmooey? Take that thing out of your mouth. No? Hadassah and Nana would not be let in there? Your mommy would not be let in the sanctuary? Okay, let me give you.
Only had the boys could go because they had the seats.
Boys had the seats, only boy. Well, that's true, only the boys were the seat seat. Okay. Let's see, Mia's waving her hand.
Except there was one thing that the girls were included to do that the girls were included for. I mean, this is not in connection with the 10 to me, but I remember some of the offerings, like if it's the daughter of the Cohen, I know some offerings it says that all the Cohen's family may eat it. So that means including the women of the household too. I know it's not connection with the 10 to me, but I just want to make that point right there.
So Aaron would go shopping for the offerings and then bring home the food for his family, and then his daughters would and his wife would cook it, Mia?
No, I'm saying after it was cooked on the altar, that some of them say to be eaten in a holy place. I mean, some of the offerings, the Kohen can share with his whole family. That's after it's cooked. He doesn't go shopping for it.
I guess he would shop right.
No.
There were no shop rights
Or
there
Aldi's.
or Aldi's.
Okay, Aaron was shopping right, brought some stuff home for the family. Okay, very good discussion so far. Okay, now let's read our verse again, and then we'll talk about why we're talking about this, what our understanding, what we should be doing for each one of us. Jehovah said to Aaron, "You, your sons, and your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in the service as Kohanim." Okay, so now it's very clear the only people that can be Kohanim working in the sanctuary are the men. Okay, this is not what women will say are male chauvinistic. This rules that God has established because he wants roles for different people. Roles meaning what job you have to do. Like women are going to bring forth babies in the world because that's their role. They have different parts than men. So your role would be to be one day be a mother, all you young ladies. Okay, one day to be married to a man, a husband that's a man who fears God. And your role, and this is a beautiful role because if without it, none of us are here. Okay, be a mother. Okay, the men are supposed to be the leaders of the home. Now, what's interesting about this, if you look in the second sentence, you and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim. Now, Mia was correct. And Allie agreed with her. Where Leah didn't. So Mia and Allie were correct. Where there were other families connected, Lipayim, who were connected in doing the service of the tabernacle, carrying the bars, taking care of certain pieces of equipment, setting things up, and then the Kohanim were to anoint it. Now, why we're talking about this, and all of you have siblings, and except for Allie, that are living with you in the house, okay? You are your brother's keeper. You are your sister's keeper, meaning if you're the oldest, you're going to be responsible when mom goes into the other room to do something. Okay? You're to oversee your brothers and sisters. That's a service. What do I mean by a service? Okay? Now, Aaron and the Kohanim, they were in charge of the other people that might have done service in the tabernacle. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? In your service. What does the word service? Let's go with Benjamin. What does service? And Riet, you're next.
Does service mean?
Yeah, what does it says responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim?
Okay. So service means like maybe like you're doing like you're helping people, like they act like it's like you're doing work for someone, like you're doing work for someone or helping them.
What do you mean doing work for somebody? Can you explain that further, please?
So like you in like for example like someone needed help doing something, so you help them, you help them by serving, like by serving them, like you help them by doing um by doing by cleaning a house. So you you gave your time to to help another person. So like you're serving the person. You're serving the person.
Okay, that was good. It took us a long time to get to the train. Okay. Yeshua, what does it mean by service? Responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim. What does the word service mean, Yeshua?
Service means like you're in the office and you're like teaching people, like sort of teaching people.
Doing what to people?
Teaching people, and sometimes like service is like also like you doing things like 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 when you're fixing a car, that's making service. That's doing service.
Okay, you're teaching people, you're doing a service. I want to see. Um, Lev. Riet. I thought I was going to Riet. Riet. What does the word service mean? Service as Kohanim.
Well, I think service means to like, well, there are different examples. Like if you go to a fast food restaurant, like a drive-through, they could say thank you for your service, which means you're actually buying from there, which means you're actually using that restaurant. I think service is to like to use or work at. And also, if you work at somewhere, then it's like then it's you're serving them, the people that then you're serving your boss, and that would also be counted as service because it's serving.
How do you serve your boss? What do you mean? How do you serve your boss?
by doing as he tells you, because you're a boss when you're working. Then you could then you have to do certain things he wants you to do to earn money.
What do you think, Marley?
Responsibility. Like Melissa said.
Responsibility?
No, sorry, no.
We're talking about
Service. Service. Adrian was whispering to me responsibility. Got confused. Okay, service is when you have a boss and he tells you to do something. And you have to do it or else you get fired and don't get the money.
Did Aaron get money?
Well, you'll get fired and don't get the money.
Okay, well, I'm still a little foggy on this service thing from you. What is service?
Well, service is doing something for someone.
Service is doing something for someone. Okay, service is doing something for someone. What do you think, Arlena? What does the word service mean? You've heard a lot of talking. What did you learn from it? Arlena?
Like a boss, if he does like mistake, he
Boss doesn't like mistakes. Well, what is a mistake? Is that a bad service or a good service?
a bad,
Why is that bad?
because mistakes are bad.
Mistakes are bad. Well, that's true. So, do you do any service, Arlena? What about you, Adrian? Do you do any service?
Well, I do steam eggs for the family.
Service for mom.
You do that every day?
Not every day, but I did do it yesterday.
No, I did it yesterday.
Oh yeah, I showed you how to do it.
Did he show you how to do it just yesterday? Forget?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Victoria. Victoria, what does the word service mean, Victoria?
Service is when you have a job or you're volunteering for something, so you're doing a service for someone.
Well, what does that service entail? Like, what do you mean?
Well, service is like if you have a job and like you're a waitress or like you're a doctor, you're doing a service for someone. So if you're a waitress, you're serving the people food. So then at the end, maybe the people will say thank you for your service.
Okay, very good, Victoria. Very good. Okay, whether you're a waitress or a doctor, okay, you're doing a service. Now, why are we talking about this? Oh, he's looking out the window. He's gone to the zone. Okay. Now, here, listen up. Because the older you get, the more responsibility you get. Okay, as you young people grow up into teenagers, and then to teenagers into adulthood, and adulthood into married life, one man and one woman, one man who has man parts and one woman has woman parts. Then you have a family, you get more responsibility. The more responsibility you have, the more service you're going to do. Okay? Now, the people underneath you, meaning like your dad's in charge of the house. Biblically, dad's supposed to be in charge of the house. And he's responsible for anything that goes wrong in the house. Well, how could dad be responsible for anything wrong that goes in the house when he's at work all day? How can that be? Let's talk about that for a minute. Ben Jammin. Ben Rape Jammin. How could dad be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the house when he's at work all day?
Well, when he's at work all day, there like the man of the house is gone. So I think that another person has to be the leader of the house.
But how is he responsible still, even though, dad's out of your house all day long? Well, he comes back and he goes forth, and he goes back again. Okay? He's out doing his job, driving the Ralph Cramden bus. Okay? Why is he still responsible for anything that goes wrong in the house?
Because like maybe because like maybe someone else is gonna have to be like the leader, and then when he comes back, someone is gonna like tell him like what happened, like the things that have happened when you were gone. Maybe that's his like how he's responsible for those things.
Okay, let's talk about this for a little bit. Victoria, we'll go to you again. Victoria. Okay, the man in the house is supposed to be responsible for everything in the house. Okay, but he's out working all day long. How can he be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the house when he's out working all day long?
He could like have put orders to someone else to take care of the house. So it could be like he put like the mother or the wife in charge, so then she would have the responsibility to like clean the house, take care of the kids, teach the kids. So he would put another person in charge.
So he would put another person in charge, and what if that person doesn't do their job? What if mom decides to just watch television all day?
Well, then he would have to talk to her and tell her that she can't do that because, like, she has to take care of things that, like, no one is gonna do it for her. Like, maybe, so the husband would have to tell the wife to do, like, to, like, clean the house and take care of the kids. And if she doesn't do that, then he would have to talk to her and tell her that she can't, like, she cannot do it. She can't, like, she has to do it because if he's not there, then who's gonna do it?
Okay, all right, we're getting a little deeper here. What do you think, Adrian? Man goes out and he's doing his job, and is he still responsible for everything that goes wrong in your house?
Well, you do most certainly need to work through what goes wrong in your house in that time.
What do you mean? What do you mean work through?
After you come back from work, you're going to have to try and find a way to resolve those problems. So in a way, the entire household is responsible for what happens.
Well, is the entire household responsible, or is the man, even though he's gone, how can he be responsible? I mean, the guy's, he's out working all day long, slaving, doing the service for his boss, pushing numbers around, pushing papers around, you know, dealing with meetings, and how can he be responsible for anything that goes wrong in his house, Adrian?
He's not responsible if he's not there.
He's not responsible if he's not there?
If he's not at home, but he does most certainly have to help his family try to resolve the issue.
Well, because God is saying here, Jehovah's saying here, that Aaron, you're responsible for everything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. But Aaron's saying, it's my day off, man. What's the deal here? What's the deal, Lord? What's the deal? Adrian, what's the deal? Adrian, carrot bottom?
Because they should take care of both.
They who? The Mouseketeer?
They are responsible for what's in the tabernacle. Who's they?
But Aaron wasn't there. He was at his own home, putting on his new shorts that the ladies made and trying them on. He's getting fitted. Something goes wrong at the tabernacle. He's still responsible.
Yeah, it's what he is meant to look after.
Wait a second, Mia. You seem to be a little bit confused. Let's see. Mia is waving her hand fervently. Then Allie Mae.
Just because the father or the husband, whether he has a family or not, just because he's outside the house doesn't mean he's not responsible for what went wrong in the house that day. He's still 100% responsible because he's the head of the house. He's the leader. So he has say he has a family to take care of, and I don't know, say one of his children misbehave, then that's his fault if their mother didn't correct that child, and it's also his fault if he didn't correct the child, because that'd be showing on how they raise their children. And also
He's at work all day. He's pushing papers around. He's making tubes. He's dropping tubes off the truck. He's got all his own problems at work, and now he's got to come home and the laundry's not done. That's his problem.
Well, yeah, because he's a leader. He was the one that took his wife into his covering, which means that he's taking responsibility over her, and since God gave them the children, he has more responsibilities now. Responsibility of work, over himself, over his wife, over his children, and over the entire house.
Okay, very good, Mia. What do you think, Miss Allie Mae Randall? He's at work all day. He's pushing papers around. He's loading guns. He's moving boxes. He had a truck come into the store. He's got to unload the store. He's got to go through make sure everything's there. He's got to check and get all this paperwork. He's dealing with customers. He's, dealing with this, dealing with that. He's going on the phone, and then he comes home, and he's got to make his own dinner. What's the deal with that, Allie Mae?
Well, since he only has one kid that he has to take care of, and technically he doesn't even have to take care of me. I most of the time get food myself, unless we go out to eat.
You're out of diapers?
Seriously? I'm 14.
Oh, praise God, you finally got out of the diapers. You can go to the bathroom all by yourself now?
Yes.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, but still, what about the responsibility of the man? Because we're trying to get the reason we're doing this is because Aaron, Jehovah said, you and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim. Okay, so there's other people working for Aaron and his sons. But Jehovah's saying, Allie, that you're responsible for anything wrong that those people do. So how do we do that to our own homes? What, what's your father's responsibility? Gotta come home and make his own dinner, do his own laundry, scrub the
No, he
kitchen.
doesn't do his own laundry. He hates doing laundry.
He hates doing laundry, so he just, puts the underwear on, front, back, inside out, front, back.
No, he has mom do it.
Has mom do it? Has mom do it? Is he delegating the work in
Well,
your house?
no, mom does it automatically because it's like one of those things, you like in the beginning he had like doing it, and then now it's just like a normal thing.
What if she doesn't do her job? Is he still responsible?
Yes.
So what happens if this person or the mom doesn't, she just says, Shh, I don't want to do laundry no more. You do your own stinking underwear. Smells. And your smelly socks. Summer, you're sweating, it stinks. Ew.
Then he would have to do it himself, I guess.
He would have to do it himself?
Yeah.
What should he do with your mother then?
I don't know.
Feed her to Ruger or something?
Ruger wouldn't eat a fly,
What-
literally.
What's the
Actually,
other dog's name?
Roxy, and then I have Brutus too.
Okay, so he wouldn't feed her to Brutus.
No, Brutus wouldn't eat anybody.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. I it, all he does is lick you. Like he doesn't bite anything, not the air either. He literally licks the air.
I think that dog's got a mental problem.
Most boxers do it.
All right, now the reason we're talking about this today to start off our week because we've had a couple days off for the holy days, okay, is that there's an order that God wants to our homes. And the order we have to follow is the pattern of the tabernacle, the Mishkan, okay, the sanctuary, okay? And men, young boys, you're one day going to be men. And then if you're blessed by Jehovah, as it says, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Okay. You're going to be in charge of your home. So everybody's going to understand that there's an order to what God has. Each person has to do their service. Ultimately, as we're reading the scripture again, Mia, read verse 1 again.
Jehovah said to Aaron, you, your sons, and your father's family line will be responsible for anything that goes wrong in the sanctuary. You and your sons with you will be responsible for anything wrong in your service as Kohanim.
Okay. Now, the key here is as leaders, okay? And even if you're out in the workforce, people, as you get older, you go into the work and you might be put into responsibility, okay? You're still going to be responsible if the project goes wrong, okay? Now, at home, in homeschool, you guys don't do as many of these, okay? And actually, sometimes you don't even do it at all. But in public school and in work, sometimes you have to work on projects with other people. Okay, and there's a team leader. So Aaron is the team leader. Aaron and his son are the team leaders. Okay, the team leader means that you're to train or make sure that everybody is doing their part of the project. Okay, so mom might tell you guys, well, dad's going to be home in an hour from work. Okay, we got to clean up our stuff so when dad comes home, the house is nice and order when he comes home. Okay, because we got things to do or whatever. So she might say to Lev, Lev, you go do this, Mia, you go do this. Or Lev, watch Asher, Mia, go do this. Okay? Or in Yeshua's, Lara's house, dad's coming home. Okay? Everybody's got to clean up their toys. Okay, so Yeshua cleans up his toys, Hadassah cleans up her toys. Everybody's doing their job. Okay? So here, now, if the toys don't get cleaned up and dad comes in, Yeshua, he comes into your house and he steps on a toy and he slips, and he falls down and he hurts his back, he's going to get mad at your mom because she was supposed to oversee the house while he was gone. And then she's going to get mad at you and things roll downhill. But still, Aaron was responsible for the tabernacle, any of the service. So here, the service would be like Lev said earlier in the class. The ladies were to make the clothing for the Kohanim, right? Okay, they make the linen shorts, the tunic, and stuff like that. So Aaron was responsible to making sure the tunic was made properly, the shorts were made properly, that they were made with the proper material. Okay. Now he delegated that to one of the Leviim, okay, the families to make this stuff properly. But still, if it was not made properly, then it cannot be used. Okay. So it's called responsibility. And as you get older, your level of responsibility will change. That means now, like Arlene only has maybe just to pick up her toy. Okay. Maybe when she gets a little older, she might empty the dishwasher or put away the dishes. Okay? As you get older, you get more responsibility. And then as you get older, if you have younger siblings, okay, they take over your job and you do jobs that are more important to do. It takes more responsibility. Okay. But still, if somebody is working underneath you, meaning that you're over them in responsibility level, you're going to be responsible for them. So as you get older, much is given, much is required. Now we've come to the end of our class. Let me put you all up on my screen. Let me put you all up on the screen here. Okay, I got everybody up on the screen. Okay, who wants to close us in prayer? Okay, Riette, I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 10. What is the number?
1.
Nope. Lev?
2,
Nope, not even close. Mia?
3,
Nope, not even close. Yeshua?
5.
Nope. Riette?
10.
Nope.
Bah.
Victoria?
8.
Nope. Nope. Arlena?
3.
Nope. Shmooey? Come on. Nope. Riette?
9.
You got it, Riette. Close us in prayer.
Okay. Lord, I thank you for this devotional that we could learn about service and responsibility, and that if that that if we have that we each have a role, and that we should follow our I pray that we will apply all the good things we learn to our life, so that we will walk in your ways.
Amen.
Amen. Have a great day there, chickens. Shalom.